What's up, guys? See if we can get everybody logged in here. Chat. Hey, thanks, Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Just trying to make sure everything is working. Let's see here. Let's see here. Audio. Hello, check, check. Here we go. Okay, good deal. Okay, good. What did your guys' band name? What did your we started about 98. We best friend in high school. He hit us up, and him and I used to just jam the guitar together, play like Metallica and Megadeth and stuff. This is class of '97, and we just got together and started playing. And then '98, I started the band with him, and we named it. And by immediately started writing music and put Gabe got in the band, our bass player, another guy named Jeremy, and so we had our first version of Lockjaw back then, and then we changed it up a few times. Um, but now I think we got the final lineup that we're really proud of, and we took a few years to be with family, just take off and have careers and whatnot, have kids. And when we came back, my friend's father had got cancer and he passed away, and so we did a memorial show for him in 2016, and decided we really wanted to do it. So I put on a big show in Fort Worth at the Rail Club, and we decided to get back together. So that was pretty cool, just kind of coming back together and realizing that we missed it and we wanted to do it. And then in I want to say 2017, 2018, we started writing music again. We wrote the Relentless album, our new album. Most of that was written during COVID, and we recorded it in 21 and 22 and started releasing singles until we finally released the full album. So yeah, um, man, we love it. It's kind of something we've always done. It's been 25 years now, and so yeah. Where are you at, Jonathan? Where are you from? So I guess while we're waiting for Jonathan here to tell us where he's from, we just had an incredible weekend in Austin, Texas. The Big Texas. What's up, John Evans? How you doing, buddy? Um, we just got back from Austin, Texas. The Big Texas Metal Fest, first annual, hosted by Third String Productions, our friends over there at Third String, who also do So What Fest and Furnace Fest and a bunch of other awesome events. Um, and our friends at Come and Take It Live, Come and Take It Productions. This show, Big Texas Metal Fest, was so cool. It was at a big backyard venue, probably holds 3,000-4,000 people, maybe more. We got to see so many great bands. We got to meet so many great bands. Some of our favorite bands, some of my favorite bands personally. Got to hang out with our buddies in Upon a Burning Body. They were great. They just killed that show. They played the same day as us on Sunday. Got to meet the guys from Gideon. Gideon was super cool. Man, Gideon, I loved him. Within the Ruins played right after us on the main stage. They were just incredible, super cool guys too. I got to meet one of my favorite bands is After the Burial, and Adrian from After the Burial was filling in with All Shall Perish, who came back and did their first show after 10 years. And Adrian was killer. it was cool to meet him. That band was so cool. All Paris was great. Really enjoyed meeting those guys. We X Machine One. We just got off of our tour. We did a Gulf Coast tour. So yeah, we're gonna do more for sure. We're gonna be this weekend. We're gonna be at the So What Music Festival in Fort Worth, and then in July we're going to be at Rockfest. We are playing with some killer bands, Seven Dust and Killswitch Engage and whatnot. July 18th, that's Rockfest. So anyway, so back to Big Texas Metal Fest. I thought the show overall was put together extremely well. The venue was great. The staff was great. Stage managers were great. The bands were great. Sound and lighting and production was awesome. We got to, like I said, we got to meet some of our favorite bands. Who else was notable? Memphis Mayfire and Atreyu played on Saturday night. They were the headliners. They were super badass. Really enjoyed seeing those guys. I got to see my buddy Aaron from Bury Your Dead and Drugs. So got to say what's up. Shout out to Aaron. Who else? God, man, it was so cool. Oh, our buddies in Death of a Dream. If you haven't heard of Death of a Dream, they're from Austin, Texas. Kick-ass band. Really great metal band. Our buddies in Last Night of Solace. Great guys. Great band. We got to visit with our old buddy Rob. Rob's Metalworks, one of the oldest media. I don't know how you would describe Rob's. It's he's a metal ambassador. He's out of San Antonio. Rob's Metalworks. If you haven't heard of him, go check him out. He interviews bands coming through on tour. Great guy, and he's been a huge supporter of Lockjaw. Last year, he does a top 10 albums of the year. And last year, he voted our album number 2 under Metallica's 72 Seasons, which is a huge honor for us, obviously. So that was cool. As you can probably tell, I'm pretty tired. It's been the weekend in Austin was pretty exhausting. It was hot. It was like 116 degrees with humidity, heat index. And even in our RV, it was just not even getting as cool as we wanted. So it wasn't all glitz and glam. It was soaked, drenched shirts and a lot of fist bumps and a lot of good times. Though, you got to rough it, right? So we're just getting ready for So What Music Fest. If you're in Fort Worth and you haven't heard of So What Music Fest, this year is a killer lineup. You grab a poster. Y'all are probably seeing that backwards, but we got Under Oath, Mayday Parade, Silverstein, Devil Wears Prada, Knuckle Puck, Norma Jean, O Sleeper from Fort Worth. These guys are great. Who else? Let's see here. Our buddies in Fly Above Fire. Love those dudes. Undercurrents is what it is. I mean, so many artists. It's Skillet, Asking Alexandria. POD is coming to town. That's going to be cool. And actually, they just added Bad Wolves, which is one of my bands I love. Doc Coyle, great dude, good band. Bad Wolves is on there. Actually, Bad Wolves is right there. Got your boys in Lockjaw, of course. So many good bands. It's crazy how many bands are on this. So we're going to be out there on Sunday. It's a 2-day event at Panther Island Pavilion in Fort Worth. 3 stages, I believe. Up to 10,000 people at Panther Island Pavilion. Is going to be awesome. It's going to be a really nice. Actually, the weather is supposed to be pretty mild in the upper 80s. Lockjaw plays on the hot and heavy stage at around 2-ish. So if you're coming out, come out on Sunday, see us. We'd love to see you guys out there. We're going to be, after the show, we're going to do a little hangout over at the merch tent, say hello to everybody. Hometown shows. So we've got a lot of friends and family coming in. We're really looking forward to seeing you guys. This is going to be our first time playing at Panther Island Pavilion, which is cool. They've had a bunch of events there. It's right on the river, right in downtown Fort Worth. It's really a great spot. So just catching up today, restringing guitars and taking a minute to hash out what happened, at Big Texas Metal Fest. Like I said, it was a great production. The production was killer. We just couldn't have been happier with how we were treated. We're at this phase of our band, we're the low man on the bill. We're the low man on the totem pole at some of these festivals and shows and stuff. And we're happy to be there. We're happy to be in the conversation. And even though we were the low man on the totem pole, we were treated so great by Third String. Again, Mike Zemer, thank you so much for having us. Orlando, thank you. Anthony with Come and Take It, thank you. Seneca, Come and Take It, thank you. Just met so many cool people, so many great people. So eventually we'll come to California, John. The West Coast is tricky for touring, especially at our size. We're going to need to grow just a little bit more, I think. But if we have some opportunities to go out with some larger acts, we would love to see y'all again. What's up, John? Thank you, buddy. So California and West Coast, you kind of need to be established a little more, but we're definitely gonna get out there. We did Vegas. That was a pretty long drive. We did Vegas. So anyway, Big Texas Metal Fest. What else can I say about it? If I had to, out of all the bands that played, between Jesus, so many, out of Atreyu and Memphis May Fire. Unfortunately, I did not get to see Hatebreed, and I wanted to see Fugitive. They're also from Fort Worth, ex Power Trip members. Great band. I've been wanting to link up with those guys. I haven't had a chance yet. But out of all the bands that I saw personally, I think, and not just because I'm friends with them, but I think Upon a Burning Body absolutely destroyed the whole show. They had the crowd so engaged. They absolutely killed it. Danny absolutely went up there and just decimated the crowd. It was absolutely incredible. The energy. I've seen Upon a Burning Body quite a few times. When we got to do some tour dates with them last winter, which was just super awesome. But they had a fire under them. And I know they just got off tour, one of their headline tours. They're getting ready to go back out again. So I know they're like pretty amped up. But they started the set with Kill Shot. And man, it was so badass. My kids have started loving Upon a Burning Body now that I just introduced them. And my wife loves them. And so they really brought it. Out of all the bands that I saw at Big Texas, Upon a Burning Body, I thought stole the show. Not to say that any other bands weren't absolutely amazing. I thought All Shall Perish was cool. It's the first time I've seen them. This is their first show back in 10 years, like I said. I thought it's the first time I'd seen Atreyu too. Atreyu was badass. What's up, brother? Hey, Mannery. Hey, man, we can't wait to see you, bro. We're going to get out there your way sometime soon. I think Kansas, right? I think Kansas. But I thought Upon a Burning Body really just owned it. They owned the crowd. The energy was absolutely insane. People were just erupting onto the stage. And Danny called people and told them to start stage diving, and everybody had to touch his hand. And it was incredible, man. It was probably one of the most commanding performances I've seen in a long time. And so shout out to Danny and Ruben and Thomas and Tito. Fucking awesome band. I have to say, with Upon a Burning Body, I've gotten to meet quite a few pretty big artists, national artists, and there is a common theme amongst the guys that are doing it at the big level, which is in our band, we're really trying hard to get that national audience attention. You can really tell just who the pros are. And I really got a chance to see their operation up close over the past year. And as I've gotten to know those guys, and they are so gracious to just give advice and try to help up and coming artists. I've seen them do it multiple times, and they're just the best. And I think their, pay it forward attitude is a really, I don't know. It has something to do with that. It has something to do with why they're so successful. The humility and the kindness to help other artists and go out of their way to make people feel special. And they really do a great job. And they're independent. And they're no longer with their label, from what I understand. And they're independent now, and they're just killing it. They're producing their own music with a badass producer, Chris Mora from San Antonio. And we've now had a chance to work with Chris Mora on some upcoming songs that you will hear that will be out hopefully soon. We're still working with our guy, Chris Collier, and we're working together with both the guys. But anyway, Upon a Burning Body really stole the show for me. And I just thought they brought it. So Big Texas Metal Fest was an awesome experience, and we are super happy that we got invited for the first, and even happier that we were invited to play on the main stage. That was a really big deal for us. Getting to go up there and show what we could do was, a really cool opportunity. And another thing that was special about Big Texas was my wife and kids were able to come. We actually spent the weekend in Austin. It's one of our favorite places. We love Austin. We got family there. My brother-in-law and his wife got to be there. So we had some friends show up, and that was really cool. And the kids had a blast. They got to be kind of VIP over on the side of the stage and get to see up close. Jeffrey, my son, is big he loves After the Burial. And we got to meet Adrian from After the Burial, and he got a guitar pick. So that was a really cool experience for him. He thought that was awesome. Any tips for starting on guitar? I have a little bit of experience, a year or so. Dude, YouTube, John. If I were starting right now, I started when we were still listening to cassette tapes. We didn't have the internet hadn't even come out yet when I started. So YouTube, just get on YouTube and find a song, any song you want to learn to play. If it's heavy metal, learn how to play the staples like Enter Sandman, learn how to play Master of Puppets, learn how to play whatever you want to learn to play, Hangar 18. I don't know what, but start somewhere. And there's some incredible master classes. There's some incredible resources to learn how to play, from picking hand, from picking, like how to hold your pick and, chugging all the way to scales and modes and things that I don't know about, but if I had to start all over, ow, that hurt. If I had to start all over, I would definitely say YouTube. That's what I would do. And keep it. I'll say something else on starting the guitar. Keep it simple. Everybody's looking for this amazing tone and looking for all this gear and buying way more gear than they need. Just get a computer, and you can get the Gojira app on the computer and just learn how to play. Don't worry about buying a bunch of stuff before you actually need it. I had this goal when I was 15 years old to have like the largest amplifier stacks, like Marshall stacks. And I didn't need any of that shit because I didn't know how to play. So, learn how to play on YouTube, get you a guitar and a little amp, or do a computer. Like I said, the Gojira guitar model is as good as anything I've ever seen as far as the live amp is concerned. So you can start there. I'm just changing some strings on my C guitar. We tune to C, B, and standard D, and this is the C guitar. This is a James Hetfield Vulture. It's a V. Love this guitar. So let's see. What else to talk about? Okay. So Big Texas Metal Fest, that was a cool thing, man. It'll be an experience that I'll never forget. Again, I'm super grateful for being in the conversation, being able to be there. Thanks again to Zemer and Orlando and Third String, and all of Third String were so great and easy to work with. Come and take it. Anthony, again, thank you for having us. Now, this weekend, Fort Worth is going to be crazy. 3 stages, so many bands, so many artists at So What Music Fest. We're going to get to play with some of our favorite artists, some legendary artists. Skillet and POD are going to be there. That's cool. Bad Wolves. I cannot wait to see those guys. I've yet to see them. Hey, have a great night, John. Take care, buddy. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. So, Bad Wolves. Super excited about it, man. So What Music Fest is going to be awesome. This will be our second time to get to play So What Music Fest. Our first time was in 22. We played at the old Rangers Stadium, Texas Rangers. It was a ballpark in Arlington, whatever you want to call it. It was an awesome time. But this coming up is going to be So What is going to be pretty kick ass with the lineup. What else? We have a bunch of new music we're working on. We've got our producer Chris Collier working with us, another producer named Chris Mora. He does a bunch of stuff for Upon a Burning Body and Kim Dracula. Our producer Chris Collier obviously works with Korn and Vended and a bunch of million other awesome artists. So we've got a lot of music in the pipeline we're excited about. Got a bunch of stuff just happening. I don't like to be the band that says big things coming. Big things coming is one of the weakest promotion tools I've ever seen. Anyway, but for the Lockjaw people on here that are tuned in, I appreciate it. So I will say it. There's big things coming. A lot of new music though. We had a really good session in October with Chris. Hey Tim, how you doing, buddy? I'll see you Sunday, right? You can be there Sunday, I think, Tim, right? Chris Collier, our producer, came in October, and we knocked out about 8, and that's when we actually did Them Bones, the cover. If you haven't seen our cover of Them Bones, go check it out. It's on YouTube. You can stream it anywhere. We've been having a lot of fun playing that live. Yes, sir, Tim. All right. Hell yeah. Excited to see you guys. So we were excited to do the Them Bones cover. A lot of people have asked us why we chose that song, and it was because we, when we were in the studio recording our Relentless album, we were doing a lot of vocal harmonies, and we kept saying what Jerry and Lane would do, Alice in Chains. What would they do? How would they have done it? How could we make it a little more spooky like Alice in Chains or Jerry and Lane? And a lot of those conversations, we talked about a lot of that kind of stuff, harmonies, and Alice in Chains was just one of the most amazing bands to do harmonies vocally. So we just kind of tapped into that a little bit. And I think Alice in Chains was an obvious choice. It's one of the bands that I don't really hear. I know Post Malone did like an acoustic version of Them Bones, but I don't really hear a lot of people doing covers, like that. So it was cool. It was a lot of fun. We did it purely out of respect for the band. We love Alice in Chains, and so it was a good time. So tonight I'm just sitting here chilling, super tired from the weekend, getting ready for this weekend. After this, we'll be back in the studio until we go to Rockfest in Wisconsin, which is going to be massive. If any of you are in Wisconsin, man, it's going to be Killswitch Engage, Seven Dust, Jelly Rolls on the show, 30 Seconds to Mars, Shine Down, Upon a Burning Body is on the show with us the same day we are playing. God, there's so many artists. It's absolutely crazy. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a 4-day event, Rockfest. You can go to Rockfest, I think rockfest.com, and it's crazy. So again, so grateful to be in the conversation. So if any of you want to go to So What Fest, I have a very few discounted tickets left. They allocated me so many, and I've sold most of them for family and friends, and just whoever wants to come. So anybody that wants to come to So What Fest, hell yeah, Tim, we are too, man. Anybody that wants to come to So What Fest, just DM me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I'll leave you some tickets at will call. We can do Venmo or Cash App or whatever. So we are super grateful to be a part of these shows. Big Texas Metal Fest, So What Fest, Rock Fest, and then the Chancla Academy Festival in August in San Antonio. Thank you to all of you guys for helping us get there, because without y'all listening and following us and engaging with us, these promoters wouldn't know who we are. So that is a big deal for us, and we appreciate it very much. The overall mood of the guys over the weekend was success. We were really happy with how we played. We were really happy with how everything worked. All of our gear and in-ear monitor rig and all of those things worked, and we were able to get up and down off stage, make it, everything just went smoothly. That's sometimes not so easy. We've just got off that tour, and some nights were, it was like a gremlin in the gear, tinkering and causing problems. So we were happy that we didn't have any issues. None that we couldn't fix, of course. Again, I want to shout out to all the bands we played with. No matter how big these bands are, they are just awesome dudes out there playing music just like we do. And I got to meet so many cool guys. And so all the Gideon dudes, thank you for being so cool. And Within the Ruins, of course, Upon a Burning Body, all the guys we played, Death of a Dream, Last Night of Solace, all you guys that we got to meet, Rob's Metalworks, thank you again. So we'll see you guys this weekend in Fort Worth, Panther Island Pavilion, So What Music Fest. Hit me up if you have any questions or tickets or need anything, of course. So you guys have a good one. We'll see you soon.